well. We're working a lot harder than a lot of these people.
Of course we're working. We're grinding. We are clocked in. And all these people are clocked in. We got a guy in a full Zubas outfit. I want to work for the company that he works for where you can show up like that. But like we said, Seneca 1 pep rally. This might be the sexiest working class I've ever seen, honestly. I am going to be swiping right on Tinder all day until I leave the building. Hello, is there a Licata in the house? Shout out the Licatas, just sexy people as well. With that said, Slick, it's all about the Bills being sexy this weekend. It's all about the Bills doing what they got to do Sunday at 1 p.m.
Yeah, Maniac, to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be that sexy of a battle. You got two really sexy offenses, but I think this battle comes down to the trenches on both sides of the ball, especially the Bills' offensive line. You got a Broncos defense with 60-plus sacks on the year and a Bills team that's only let up 15. It's going to come down to that nitty-gritty in the trenches, running the ball, and those O-linemen really getting to work.
Yeah, and that's what happens in the playoffs, right? Just like in the NHL playoffs, the hitting kind of ramps up. I think the physical play ramps up in the playoffs because you have to get into those nitty-gritty areas. It's a little bit colder. It's a little bit tougher to get around in most spots. Obviously, there are some South games, domes, etc. But with that all who doesn't love a dome? With that said, all taken into account, are you faithful that the Bills can kind of flip that switch and get gritty when it matters most?
I do. I think they've shown that they can, when they need to flip the switch, get to the ground and pound football, the power football. James Cook, Ty Johnson, they have a great three-way running back system that they've been using when they need it most. Ray Davis has been shown he can be so dynamic this year. I said he might be the wild card going into this game for this Bills team, but I think the Bills can come out strong when it gets to the trenches and those trench battles. It's just a matter of if the defensive line can hold up and get some pressure on Bo Nix.
Seriously, well, obviously you want to make Bo Nix uncomfortable early and often. The Bills faced a young quarterback last year in the wild cards. They were able to, force turnovers early. That wasn't any part of the quarterback. It was George Pickens with the fumble. But you get out to that early lead. You put Bo Nix and those Broncos and Sean Payton exactly where you want them.
Yeah, for sure. And we've seen McDermott. I alluded to it on one of these Pay the Bills preview shows. He's kind of become the Bill Belichick-esque coach of the AFC East when it comes to these young rookie quarterbacks. Throws up a great defensive scheme against them that has them confused and wondering what they're going to do for their next option. Not able to look through all their reads and having to resort to a check down or a last option. So I am confident in McDermott in the defense to maybe unwind something Bo Nix hasn't necessarily seen.
Can we tag in producer Don? Oh, we got him tagging in with Sean right now. Okay, so by the way, shout out Sean Heidinger, shout out to the leaders at Douglas Development for putting on this awesome event. Clearly with M&T being in the building makes everything a little easier. Don, can we tag you in? You're locked in with us? Oh, we're going? All right. Is he calling us up? What the hell's happening?
What's going on?
Hold on. Emergency.
House call.
Keep it going. Do not stop. Were you guys thinking about stopping? You looked like you were going to stop.
We're never stopping.
No, we're never stopping. That's what happens here. Shout out M&T. Shout out M&T for keeping this party going. Let's have a party in the middle of the week because we need to fuel up these Bills fans. They're clearly ready for it.
Maniac,
I'm waving the green
flag. I'm going to interrupt. I told you, let's have this rally here on Thursday, and then let's just forget about Bills football and not do anything up until the game.
Seriously.
We can't shut it down. We got football to be played on Sunday. We got a lot to talk about.
What do we got?
I'm a producer, Don, clocking in. I'm just explaining for the people. There was a little controversy. It's so packed in here with excitement that we had to know if we could keep going. We're going to keep going, and we have special guests, Leah up here,
we got
friend of the
program,
show.
Leah in the house. Leah, we've grinded it. We're in the playoffs now. What's the key for Sunday?
Oh, my gosh. One game at a time, one play at a time. Just focus on that, and let's get it done.
I know you like to be nervous about everything. So what are you most nervous about for Sunday?
Injuries. Always.
Injuries. Can't have injuries. But that's it. We're going in pretty scot-free. Nobody's hungover.
Are you worried about injuries on the field or on the bus?
Both.
Yeah, me too. Particularly you, to be honest.
I'm gonna get you tied to a board, but I'm gonna have you delivered to the game in a casket so that nothing can happen.
Honestly, they should Taylor Swift me in like one of the music cabinets.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
in a big cabinet for
Best
sure.
option.
With that said, can't compartmentalize results. I know you want to get back in line. What's your score prediction for Sunday?
Let's just say, oh God, I don't know. 21-7.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, yeah,
I like
fair
it.
enough.
Defensive affair.
Covers the spread and
right.
under.
Spread and under. Love it. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you, Leah.
We know Leah's train
Leah.
never stops. Let's go. Never stops. Shout out everyone. Just another good member at M&T over there. Again, a great team in this Seneca One Towers. Like, this is a team getting it done to bring this building back to relevance in Western New York.
Yeah, humble and hungry is this team. This team never stops. And there's multiple members and multiple facets to this team. That's what makes Seneca One so special, Maniac. Great partners always have been. I think producer Donnie might have some adjustments to make. He's doing a lot.
There he goes.
Here.
Big
Shout
adjustment.
out to
Big
producer
adjustment.
Donnie.
Let's go. Shout out producer
we wouldn't
Don.
be here without
Getting
him.
it done. Now, obviously, the Bills have had some slow starts at home against worser quarterbacks like Arizona. We obviously had a slow start against Tennessee. Had a slow start a couple weeks ago against New England. What's the key to avoiding that?
I think the key to avoiding that is making sure the Broncos don't score early. Hold them to the minimal points early. Even if they run down the field, all we can take is 3 early. Don't let Bo Nix start to feel comfortable in Orchard Park.
Got to make him real uncomfortable. Got to make Bo Nix real uncomfortable. So with that said, Bills defense going against Broncos offense, right? What are you looking at in that matchup? You obviously want to make Bo Nix uncomfortable. Do you commit to the run and force Bo Nix to beat you, or do you take Bo Nix away and force him to hand off the ball?
I think your best idea is taking Bo Nix away. I know the run game has been strong, but I'm not too. I know DeMar is starting at safety. We got that word from Coach McDermott. I wasn't too impressed with his performance against even the second and third stringers against the Patriots. So I would be tempted to make the Broncos run the ball, take anything you can away from Bo Nix. Don't let him get hot. That's the worst thing that you can do with a rookie coming on the road in his first playoff matchup. If he completes a few deep passes,
Let's go.
Get hot. We can't have that. Limit them to the run and let the linebackers and the D-line take care of this.
Yeah, I think it ultimately comes to those 7 up front. I think McDermott has a great grip on those DBs. I know that people have questioned the DeMar Hamlin playing time all year. I ultimately feel pretty okay about him in a game like this. We cannot get beat deep. We cannot allow Sutton to get open deep against us. So with that said, I like Hamlin in there. I like our DBs to make a play. I think it's going to come Eddie O, Daquan. Those guys have got to make the difference as far as the defense are concerned. Are you nervous about Matt Milano as we wrap up the defense? He's been a little unsafe. The Bills Mafia Twitter's been chirping.
I don't know. You know what? All these things like McDermott is saying and how they haven't unleashed their full defensive schemes and whatnot. I feel like Milano's kind of just using these games as a warm-up. This is the first time we're going to have him playoff ready in a very long time. I think he's going to be ready to go, already warmed up. So I'm confident in these linebackers. Terrell and Milano, those are the least of my concerns on this defense, Maniac.
Yeah, I agree. I think you got to let your leaders be leaders. Like people were talking about giving Dorian Williams more playtime. I love the idea. He's been playing. I like bringing in Dorian as a sub. Let him fly around as a sub when he needs to go.
If Milano needs a break. Get Dorian in
Okay, now as we flip to the offensive side, it's obviously always Josh Allen versus McDermott's defense. But what do you have more confidence in going into Sunday?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'm gonna go with McDermott's defense just because of this young quarterback and the looks that McDermott's gonna give him. Bo Nix hasn't seen anything like this in the regular season, and McDermott's probably been looking ahead a couple weeks for this Maniac. If you guys think the defense wasn't plotting for the Broncos during that Patriots game, you're damn fools. Because
everything. I mean, let's face it, they weren't exactly an ice cream parlor. Everything was just vanilla.
Well said. A white meat baby face, dare I say.
Big time white meat baby face. With that said, going to the offensive side of the ball, what's giving you confidence? What are you watching? I think a lot of people are leveraging that it's going to be our ability to run the ball and pass the ball to the running backs. That's where the Denver's weak.
Yeah, that's right where I'm at. You read my mind. Wait, great minds.
The three-headed monster of King Ghidorah. How are we doing? Come on. Give me a prediction. Are we feeling confident?
Oh, yes, definitely.
You gotta talk into the mic.
Oh, we're definitely going to win.
All right, love it. Love the confidence. How awesome is it working at Seneca One every day?
It's
so great. I love it here.
Love Seneca 1. Love M&T. The rally rolls on. Thank you, ladies. With that said, Slick, and speaking of rolling on, if the Bills do get off to a slow start, do you start going no huddle with Josh Allen and the offense? Do you get more aggressive on the defense, or do you even keel, stay the course?
Stay the course. Don't panic. Manage the clock. I think that's the worst thing we could do is start panicking and going no huddle. That's when McDermott seems to get panicky and get into these clock management situations that a lot of people have put him on the hot seat for, Maniac. So I don't think we need another reason for people to complain about McDermott. Even if he can come away with it in the end, manage this clock. Don't panic. This is not one of those teams that I'm worried about, even if we do get off to a slow start and we go down a score. I think we can maintain the game. Oh, we got a Matt Collins big cut.
Okay, I like that.
Fair enough.
I like that. Everyone's confident. Everyone at Seneca 1 is very confident. I don't know if it's because it's a great place to work. I don't know if it's because they're feeling good about the matchup. It's kind of discerning, but it's a great rally here. As we look at the Bills' offense, Slick, there is going to be reinforcements in the form of Amari Cooper. Hope it's okay with whatever he was dealing with. Hope everything is okay with his family situation, whatever was going on. With that said, that's got to be a nice addition to the Bills' offense and Brady's playbook going into the postseason.
Absolutely. Him coming in has been such a great impact. Not only just as an offensive weapon, but one of those receivers you can kind of rely on when it comes to third and long. One of those guys that'll just go up and get the ball. I know Keon has that playing style, but he's still young, still learning, still getting his reps in. Amari Cooper is a guy that can just make ridiculous catches out of basically nothing. So it's great to have him back, and you can always count on a conversion when he's on the field.
Bill Stampede is absolutely
out here.
Billy Buffalo is here. With that said, you got any wild cards for this wild card matchup as we wrap it up here on the pep rally at Seneca 1?
I said it before. I think Ray Davis is going to be a big wild card. His ability to come out of the backfield and catch some passes in check down and mid pass across the field situations. But I think the D-line is going to be the most important role in this game, Maniac.
I mentioned earlier, Matt Milano. I'm not saying, I just think whether he dominates or whether he plays okay is the difference between whether this is a close game that the Bills have to eke out or whether this is a game that the Bills are able to crush. They're able to dominate, obviously. With that said, we're looking for a dominant time at the Game Day Buffalo tailgate. We will be live from there as well with some shenanigans and some fun and some surprises.
Yeah, lots of surprises per usual. Lots of shenanigans. It's going to be slick Saturday, 2 days from now, and then Sunday. Obviously, we're all counting down the days. Waiting all day for Sunday afternoon?
Waiting all day for Sunday afternoon. I'm going to have to, I need something to help me sleep the night before. I always get completely too amped up for these playoff games.
I'll tell you what, I might be going to a wrestling show the Saturday night before, so I think that might help me sleep just fine at night.
Seriously, it might help us sleep just fine. Shout out to producer Donnie holding us down on the ones, twos, dons. Any thoughts as we sign off? What's your wild card for this weekend?
James Cook, 2 touchdowns. Bills win by 10. Let's go, Bills.
Go Bills, indeed. I think another wild card I have, Maniac, obviously Pro Bowl selection, first team All-Pro, Deion Dawkins. I said the offensive line's got to show up, and what is more nitty-gritty than the snowman himself? Wait, where's he going?
Orca! Get over here.
We already snow.
Over here. Saddle up for a minute. You've earned it. Talk to me. People might be feeling nervous. They might be uncertain out there.
I don't know.
Right
sometimes we do.
Cheek on cheek.
All right, here you go. Sometimes we do play with our food a little bit. I think we're going to win.
Are we going to play with our food? We better not. We better not.
No, you like my jacket?
First off, you look amazing. We were saying the real snowman's coming through.
Absolutely.
With that said, we were talking about how the offense and everything's been a little vanilla the last couple weeks. Are you saying that we're going to unleash all 31 flavors on Sunday?
Get Jimbo going. You get James Cook going. That's a secret. Freeze Josh up. That's what we're going to do.
Any wild cards for this wild card matchup?
Nothing, man.
Eddie O, Milano. Running backs.
I'm just looking forward to Twin Oaks tailgate, and I'll see you at the game day experience.
Of course, the game day experience. We'll be having a great time. But that's that. Give me a score prediction.
17-24.
All right, Bills win 24-17. It's going to be a close one. Everyone's got me biting my nails. Where are you going? Right now?
I'm working the event. We got a crazy event going.
We do have a crazy event. Shout out M&T. Shout out Seneca 1.
M&T, Seneca 1, Douglas Development.
Let's go. Shout out Douglas Development. Thank you, Orca. That was a calming presence. That made me feel good.
Yeah, when you see an orca in the wild, it's like majestic. I don't know, something about it.
We got the Bills drumline finishing up. We got everyone having a great time here at Seneca 1. Slick, only one thing to do. Let's have a good night now. Go Bills, 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 go Bills.